Hi!
We're going live and Debbie's in charge today. Debbie.
I am in charge. Hello, everybody who's watching live or on the replay. We have the beautiful, she's above my head this way, Janine Coombes, who's going to talk to us about how we can create sizzling hot offers. You know, and Emmy Faust has got her sizzling hot jumper on. So we're sizzling this lunchtime.
We are
Janine,
sizzling.
hello, lovely.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure. It's Janine Day, isn't it? We've already seen you twice today.
Can't get rid of me.
We've seen Janine twice today already. Janine, where did you get the word sizzling from?
The depths of my brain. It just popped out. It's one of these things, you know, sometimes it's difficult to name things and to summarize what you're doing.
Sausages, though. It does make me think of sausages. Is that what you want me to think of?
Yeah.
Or you want me to think about your hot service offers?
Always with the sausages.
Sorry, is it sizzling hot? Is that the thing? It's not. Okay, yeah, I get it. It's sizzling hot.
Not sausages.
Not sizzling hot sausages. I think she's hungry.
No, I'm
sizzling
saying
hot sausage service.
Yeah, sizzling hot is one word, isn't it? Almost. You're saying my service
offers.
Almost,
yeah, it's sizzling hot offers.
Yeah, I get it. Not sizzling offers. Sorry. I'm.
Debbie, can you take over now?
That's 1 minute.
Hi, Melanie. Hi,
30 seconds.
London. We've wasted 1 minute and 30 seconds talking about sizzling sausages. But Janine, do you find using the word sizzling hot is selling your package? That's what I'm interested to know.
I think it is a good description. It's a nice, concise description of what I'm trying to achieve. Yes. I could have said all sorts of different things, scorching hot or hotcakes, or
sounding like hotcakes.
But I think it's interesting you said sausage because there's the old marketing adage, isn't there, that you sell the sizzle, not the sausage. Have you heard that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like that?
Yeah. So what does that mean?
It's a real
Explain that.
So if you saw an advert for sausages, you wouldn't have like just a sausage on a plate saying, this is 10 grams of dead pig with a bit of breadcrumbs and this sort of thing. You're not actually selling the sausage. What you will see in an advert of a sausage is a family enjoying it. The steam's coming off it. You can see their faces as they're eating it. They're putting on the ketchup. Maybe they're having it in a bun. They're showing you serving suggestions. They're creating emotion around it. They're setting the scene. They're telling stories, probably, because we're all meant to be telling stories now, aren't we? But it's not the sausage that they're selling. It's the sizzle. It's the benefit.
It's the excitement. I get it. So that is a good thing to talk about, actually. Hi, Shalini. Great to see you here too. Oh, we've got lots of lovely people dropping in today, which is great. So Janine, talk to us about a bit more about this. Obviously, we've been talking today about so you're working with service-based clients. So what you're sharing is for service-based businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me just to talk?
Yeah. Yeah. Just talk. Just tell us. Fill us with vibes. Fill us with energy. Fill us with value, so that we and the people listening can go away and create sizzling hot offers.
Alrighty. So the reason I'm gesturing with scissors. I don't know why. I'll put them down. Stop it. The reason it's service-based business owners is interesting because when obviously I've been in the online universe for the last few years, and I like to analyze what everybody's doing. What are they offering? Mm-hmm. What are they trying to help people with? And the vast majority of people who are trying to help entrepreneurs market and sell their stuff, they're helping them with the promotional stuff usually. Yeah. The vast majority of people, it's like, I'm a LinkedIn expert, I'm an Instagram expert, I'm a Pinterest expert, I'm a ads expert, I can help you promote your stuff. And if you've got something that's really, really people actually want, you've got to you can't sell dead pig. Going back to that, if it's not positioned right, not well thought through, not clear, not even clear in the mind of the business owner, it's just not going to shift no matter how good you are at LinkedIn or building networks or advertising or whatever. It's going to be a complete slog. And looking back, it's what I needed help with when I first set up my business. I kind of leapt into the branding. I leapt into the social media. I was paying for all this sort of help. I paid for a high ticket coach, and it was way too early for me to be doing that kind of investment. I didn't actually know concisely what I wanted to help people with. I was too broad. If I was a generalist, I'm still quite a generalist. But the point is, I'm now known for offers, and once they work with me, I can help them with branding, I can help them with promotions, I can help them with a myriad of other things, because I've got amazing marketing background. I'm hot stuff. I think we can all agree. But
the sizzling sort,
So with the product-based, it's always interesting, because with the product-based businesses, usually they've had to make sure that their product is what people actually want to buy. Otherwise, they don't get through to launch if they haven't got something obvious that people want to buy. It's sort of, so all they need to do is promote it as hard as they possibly can in the most efficient way as they possibly can. With service-based business owners, I think the majority need help making sure that their offer is clear in their own minds, that they're getting it across in a really clear, concise way to their ideal clients. They're selling based on what the client wants, not what they need. And I've done this so many times, I've tried to push what I know people need on them, and they just don't want to know.
Yeah. Just really quickly, Janine, I do think something that confused me a bit at the beginning is when people talk about offers, I used to think that was like the £5 free, or the buy this, get this free, or the buy this and get sort of, it's kind of confusing, isn't it? Because you think in marketing an offer is like a sort of promotional deal. What you're actually saying is the offering.
Yeah.
So let's just maybe you could clarify that. When you say your service-based offer, you're saying what you are selling to people as a sort of a product or a package, or an offering,
service,
not
benefits.
What offer you're giving people for signing up with you or whatever.
Correct. I think offers is a bit of an online entrepreneur jargon, but it's what most people are using. I think most people understand it.
What are you offering?
What are you offering? It means that it's not sales offers. It's not like 10% off or buy one get one free kind of thing. It's not a bug off.
I love a bug off.
You can do a bug off, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So something you say essentially, what's happening to a lot of people is they haven't packaged what they deliver to a client or to a business up into an offering that a client believes that they want or need. And maybe they're not explaining it in the right language as well. Maybe they're using industry jargon. I mean, I quite often see this. I work with a client and they'll say that they're selling something to clients. I'm like, are those the words that your clients actually use? Do they actually understand that? Because I don't think they always do. And so is that what it's about as well?
Yeah. So I've got my 3 P's of my sizzling hot offer.
Tell us your P's.
P number 1 is the promise. And this is what I like. This is what I mean by messaging, and it's also what I was referring to about selling them what they want. So it's getting to the core of what they actually want. I see a lot of business coaches struggling to differentiate themselves, and it's completely understandable, because what most people want is actually more money in their business. That's so how do you position that in a more imaginative way? And everybody moans about, why does everybody keep saying about getting to 7 figures or whatever? And it's like, well, people want more money, and they're trying to show that in a sort of really tangible way. But if you dig down, what often helps is if you dig down, okay, why do they want more money? I think Debbie does a good job of this.
Thank you.
The why is the freedom. It's the living the life you love, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And people who want that will resonate with you, and then they'll be drawn to you. If you purely go on the money and that's all you've got to give from your black brand, it's going to fall a bit flat.
It's a bit soulless as well, isn't it? Because
I mean, some people, it works for some people.
Well, For sure, yeah, because some people are totally driven by that. But I think, and that depends who you want to attract as well, doesn't it? Those promises will change depending on the type of customer that you want to work with. We have our promises on our website, don't we, for the Growth CoLab? We say like, our promise to you is, and we sort of we list out like 5 points. Do you mean in that way, like actually saying my promise to you is that I will, I don't know, free up some time, help you make more money, be happier in your business? Is that what?
Yeah, it is. It is. So, I mean, promise, I'm using it a little bit as a synonym for messaging.
Are you confused? Yeah, I think that's confusing, Janine, because I was just going to say that.
It begins with P, Emmy. How can it?
I know, but can I just say, it's a bit like the offer could be the £5 free offer, but actually it's offering. When someone, like for me, if someone says, what's your promise? I literally think I have to promise you, you know, I am promising you with my heart that I'm going to give
well, let me.
And you can say, Emmy, you broke your promise.
No, okay, I've got an answer for this. When I'm working one-to-one with clients, what I say is, what do you wish you could promise to your client? So that's what's underpinning. That's what, now you can't necessarily promise every single client because, for instance, you know, coaches, they need the client to meet them halfway. They need, you know, the client needs to put in the effort. The client needs to, you know, take responsibility for their actions, etc., etc. So you can't actually, unless you are that confident with your processes that you can legally have some sort of guarantee. But what helps is, right, okay, what do you wish you could promise? If there were no things as, you know, if in a perfect world, what do you promise? What do you wish you could promise? So that's kind of like underpinning. You wouldn't necessarily, I mean, you have said, we promise that we are going to treat you like that. And that is a good part of your branding and your messaging. But underneath, you know, if you were packaging up a specific offer, what is the one thing? Let's be single-minded about. I'm gonna take you from here to there.
So that's the first P. The P. So that's the promise or the messaging, telling people what they will get from.
It's that idea of the transformation, isn't it? Like
the transformation. The one thing.
It's the emotional. Another way I put it is it's the emotional. It's like, oh, this offer is being created for me. They have read my mind. They have bugged my house. They are echoing back what I'm thinking, and this offer, it's for me. It's been created for me. So once they've got that, that's click, then you go on to the second P, which is the package, P for package. And one way to think of it is kind of like they're going to be then, once they've made that decision that you're the right thing and this is the right offer, they're going to be scanning and researching perhaps for what does it look like? Is it logical? Does it make sense? Does it make sense that what you're offering is going to deliver what you've promised? What are those rational ticks in boxes in their heads? There are some obvious objections that always come up that is logical sort of cover off in your communications, but also there's some stuff that you might need to do a bit of research about.
I
love that. So we've got promise, package. What's our third P?
Price.
Price. I was going to say, is it price? Okay.
We love the pricing. I love it. Love pricing conversations.
Oh, don't think because a lot of people are underpricing, yeah?
Yeah.
Or is that not true?
It's about pricing structure as well. So one of the things I do with some clients is package up their services. So they're charging by the hour or by the day or by the unit, like by the blog. Writers might charge by the blog. And actually, if you talk to any blog writer, copywriter, they will say one-off blogs are rubbish. You know, you spend all this time getting to know the brand, getting to know the tone of voice, maybe doing research, SEO research, write one blog. I mean, what's that going to do for the client? That's not what the client actually needs. What they need is sort of a long-term, so this is a classic package. What they actually need is thorough research, you know, maybe a bit of customer voice, maybe a bit of tone of voice work, a package of blogs that is designed to reach a certain objective.
Cool.
Perfect. So then that helps them kind of package it up. So there's like a beginning and an end, and then they can get the transformation they want. Because I often think if you just work with people in a one instance, you're not getting to do your best work. You build that relationship and then it's all gone, and they don't get what they're looking for, do they? They never get the transformation because things take time. You know, Rome
we were
wasn't built in
saying
a day
earlier,
and all
weren't
that
we?
kind of stuff.
3 to 6 months at least of actually, I think, Janine and Debbie, I don't know if you've seen this, but with my clients, do the strategy, do the plan, start implementing it. It's going to be 3 to 6 months of proper work. You will start seeing results straight away, but like the really good results are going to come in after 3 to 6 months. Do you agree?
It takes a while.
So like a one-off, a one-off session. Oh, I don't know. Just saying 1 second. I'm just going to shut the door. You ladies continue.
We'll carry on. Well, Emmy is absent from the show. So we've got, I'm just looking at my notes now. I'm like, what's the
masterminding childcare today as well?
So there's 3 P's. The third one is price.
There's only 3. I thought there were 4. You need to put a 4th one in there. P.
Well, the thing is, P's.
Package, price.
But it's
I
a nice
love the rule of 3 though. 3's are good.
Yeah. So there's the classic 4 P's of marketing, which is price, product, place, promotion. So I don't want to step on that.
This is Janine's 3 P's. Are you trying to sort of, is that your thing, Janine? The 3 P's of marketing, the 3 P's of sizzling offers. But let's talk about the price. So you're helping people with how they charge the client and whether they do that on a subscription or a one-off cost, and what they charge as well. And what's the sort of general advice you're giving? Is that around the value that, charging on, because there's always this thing, isn't it? Someone said to me the other day, what do you charge per hour? I just want like a couple of hours. I was like, I don't do that. I just basically charge on the value, and you have some sessions with me. So is it around that kind of thing? Are you taking your clients and showing them how they should, helping them with their pricing in that way?
Yeah, I don't usually just say broad brush, put your prices up. Everybody put your prices up,
You probably should.
Emotional. It's emotional putting your prices up. But usually what happens is, if I'm working with somebody and they've worked through the message and they've worked through their package and they've got a full view of what the customer's getting, how much effort they're putting in, how much experience and skill that they're drawing from, when they come to pricing, actually they don't need any convincing.
Yeah, because they can see the value.
They're like, oh my God, I am worth a lot of money. Yes, you are. Now we can talk about pricing. And, we talk about pricing structure, and usually the client comes out charging much more than they were before, but it's always underpinned by value. And once my client sees the value they're delivering, the pricing becomes much easier.
Yeah. And are you helping them with how they explain that to their clients, how they explain their pricing and the value that they're providing?
Yeah, I've got some tips and tricks. But usually if you lead with if you lead with the messaging, with the promise and the emotional thing, the client is looking for evidence to back up their decision that they want to work with you, and the price becomes really low down on their, everybody says they want things cheaper. That's what I learned in corporate. Yeah. Everybody says they want it cheaper, apart from like supportive people who'll say, oh no, I think you should charge more, and then they won't buy it. It's just that people lie about pricing. They don't mean to. They just do. I used to be, when I worked in corporate, we did yearly customer research, and for the first few years we put in pricing. What do you think about the price? Everybody said that they wanted to be charged less.
Which you would, obviously, if someone asks. You're not.
Everybody's going to say they want to be charged less. Did they leave because of the price? No. So we stopped asking.
I think it depends on the product as well, because sometimes you do want to pay more for things because that equates to more value in your head and your sense of worth and the story you're telling about yourself. So I think knowing that about your customers as well kind of is important.
And they would never know that. I mean, the truth is they're not aware of that.
Yeah, include that story that they're telling themselves in there. So it's like, then they're like, well, yeah, of course I'm going to pay this because I'm going to get this out of it, and this is what I want. So I think if it's like tins of beans, maybe, I don't know. But I think that, there's a reason why people drive around in Audis and not Fords. They do the same thing. It's just the story we're telling ourselves, between those different price points. So I think that's worthwhile knowing as well. Not everybody wants the cheapest thing, because they just think, well, that's too cheap, so it can't have any value. What am I going to get from that? It's too cheap. So pricing's so interesting, isn't it? From the customer and then from you as well. Tricky business.
And lovely Debbie and Janine, going to have to cut you short there because
we will.
We're up on time. So very quickly, Janine, you're saying the critical things to get the right service offer. Let me know if I got this correct if I was listening. Is you've got to know what your promise is, your messaging, and sell people what they want, not what they need. Then you've got to have the right package. You've got to make sure that what you are packaging up to give them is what they want and that you've thought through that. And last of all, you've got to work on the pricing and get the pricing right so that it's something
for yourself as much as for the client.
For yourself as much as the client. And hopefully if you get all those things right, it's just a no-brainer. The client wants to buy it. They're not even looking at the price so much. They're looking at the end result, the transformation, and they're buying because they know that you're the right person to buy from. Amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. Your 3 Ps of marketing. Your 3
Can
Ps
I tell people about my webinar on Thursday?
Oh yes, you can. Do. You can put a link to it as well.
Oh, thank you. I'm running a webinar on Thursday at 1 p.m. BST, bit.ly/fix with a capital letter, that with a capital letter, launch with a capital letter.
Fix that launch. We could put the link in. That might be easier, but that will be amazing. And
fabulous.
I'm sure you're going to have lots of people, Janine. Hope it all goes well. Have a great Tuesday, everyone.
Thank you for having me.
See you next week. Bye.